Good afternoon and welcome everybody to today's weekly A&D mortgage webinar. I'm Carl Holman, your host. I'm the communications manager here. And so today we'll be talking with our speaker, Lucy Mantilla. Today's topic is going to be prime jumbo and jumbo loans. So let me go ahead and get us started. And let me share our screen. All right, so we will go over this very quickly. So there is a question and answer function. So for those folks who are watching us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and non-QM Exchange, just type in your questions into the chat, and it'll aggregate and display over here. Hold on, one small hiccup with our presentation. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. All right. So anyway, so as I was saying, go ahead and use the Q&A function, and then just turn off your cell phone so that you're not distracted throughout the course of our seminar, and we'll be able to get through quicker. All right. So today I'm going to introduce our speaker. Her name is Lucy Mantilla. She is one of our top account executives. She does quite a large amount of jumbo loans, no pun intended, and is one of our experts on prime jumbo. So we'll go ahead and start covering that. So Lucy, I'm not sure how many people who are watching us today are aware of who A&D Mortgage is. So let's go ahead and why don't you tell them, 30 seconds or less or more, however much you need, a little bit about the company and what it is that we do here.
Thanks, Carl. Well, I'm happy to be back this time. I have the opportunity to speak about one of our several programs that we offer to our partners, which is the Super Prime. As everybody knows, and we have mentioned before, AD Mortgage is a direct lender that offers conventional, government, and non-QM products. We do this. We also are in different states, so you have the opportunity not only to use one state. We are nationwide, and we have the opportunity to do other kind of loans for offer our partners the opportunity in our non-QM side to do loans in states where they don't have a license, as far as those are investment loans. Moving forward, next slide.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, let's talk a little bit now about prime jumbo for those people that don't know exactly what that is and what it covers.
Right. Basically, the prime jumbo program is for loan amounts that exceeds the conforming limits by $1. We do prime jumbo loans with FICO score as low as 660. Our max LTV would be 80%. We offer amortization for 15 and 30 years. Our loans amounts can go up to 3 million. We do cash outs and an LTV of 80%. We run DU, AUS findings for these prime jumbo loans. The loans amounts that are over 2 million are done by manual underwriting. This program is used for primary residence, second homes, investment properties as well. Purchases, rate term, refinance, cash out. We can do delay finances up to 180 days. There is no overlays on reserves, credit, or trade lines. We go just by DU findings.
Okay, so I guess the next obvious question is who's the ideal person that a prime jumbo loan would be for?
That would be for every customer, every borrower that wants to buy a property that the loan amount is and as an average over 600 at, I was having here 647 200. So it's an average conforming loans limit all over nationwide. So
Mhm.
any loan amount that oversees that loan amount, that will be ideal to be done through the Prime Jumbo product that we offer.
Got it. All right. So now that we've kind of figured out who they are, I guess they would want to know, well, what are the requirements that we have to fulfill that type of a loan product? So let's go ahead and kind of outline what some of that looks like.
Right. That would be for borrowers that can provide the tax returns, because that's the way to get those loans done. It's similar to conforming loans, conventional loans, but this is for higher loan amounts. So the borrowers for this program are borrowers that have stable jobs and they can provide 2 years of full documentation, because this program is for um, full documentation for self-employed or for wage earner borrowers. That's the type of a borrower that can look into the prime jumbo. For borrowers that are self-employed and cannot provide tax returns, we have the alternative program that is a non-QM product that it can be done through bank statements or can be done through a profit and loss,
Mhm.
written VOE, or only or 1099. You can do it through those. We were talking about primary residence, but and if you are looking at investment property, we have another alternative that would be the DACR, which
Mhm.
probably a lot of brokers are already familiar with all the products that we can offer.
Okay. And for those people, just if you need to see,
Oh, this is
where-
on our website. If you want to look at details of the guidelines, you can go to our website, admortgage.com, and the resources. You click in documents and forms, and then the last tab is guidelines. And that would be on the left side, third line. It would be our jumbo guidelines. And you will find more details on what is required.
30 pages worth. All
Yeah.
right. So again, so let's talk about again benefits. What are the actual benefits of the Prime Jumbo program compared to conventional
Well,
or other
that
loan
the
programs?
interest rates are similar and slightly higher than the conventional loans, but it's rates that are lower than what you can offer on the non-QM products. Um, so that would be one of the advantage. The other advantage that it will have this program is when you run at the AUS and the DU findings are giving you the opportunity to have 1 year tax returns, we will honor that part. In some cases, we have run into situations like that when the borrower has been in the job for 5 years or more. That will be another advantage that it will be there. The other advantage of this program is that if the loan amount is higher than 2%, 2 million,
Hmm.
loan amount more than 2 million, we do manual underwriting. So
Okay.
another advantage.
And of course, our terms.
Oh, yes, that turnaround time that it takes to close from submission to close these loans, it would be between 30 days, calendar days. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And just in case there's a broker that may not understand what the advantage of the manual underwrite is versus the AUS, go ahead and explain why that's an advantage.
Well, the underwriter will have the opportunity and review compensating factors to approve the loan. So that's the personal touch to making common sense to what this full scenario is, something that a computer cannot see it.
Got it. All right. Well, and talking about AUS and computers and scenarios, that's a good time to take a look at a couple of scenarios that I think you've done in the past for
Yes,
yourself.
in this case, it was a couple in California, and there was a mixed income because the husband was self-employed and she a wage earner. They were able to purchase a property with a loan amount of 1.75 at 80% LTV,
Hmm.
and obviously they had a good amount of reserves, 24 months, and they had a happy closing.
And so they were able to mix and match their income
The
statements.
wage earner income with the yeah, 1120s for the self-employed
Hmm.
part of the husband. Yes.
Right. And then I have
And the
which
second
this is the one you were
scenario,
telling me about a couple weeks ago.
right? The second scenario, it's about a couple that had a first mortgage, and also they have a HELOC. The HELOC, they open it like month at 12 months. So we
Hmm.
were able to get a rate term rates because it met the HELOC met the requirement or being seasoned for 12 months. So they were able to combine the first and second mortgage and take the advantage of having a lower interest rate than what they have before with the first and the HELOC.
Hmm. That's right. There's more to this.
I highly recommend, I think is the next slide,
Hmm.
to review part of the details that we provide on our rate sheets, on our daily rate
Hmm.
sheets. To go there, you just go to admortgage.com/rates, and it's a password protect, which is admortgage lower cases. You will find there all the rate sheets for all our products, all for our non-QM products, and the prime jumbo, and also the private mortgage, which is the bridge loans. The advantage of you looking at the rate sheets, it's giving you a summary of what it's needed, what the requirements are, but also based on the loan amount, type of property like primary,
Hmm.
secondary, or investment, you would see the difference on the DTI. For a purchase and a primary residence, DTI would be 45. But if you look at cash out DTI, it's lower, it's at 40%. So you don't want to miss that information when you are giving a quote to a broker. Also, when you do a cash out, the match cash in hand is 500,000. So you want to have that information, because if you go to investment, as you see, you can do a cash out, but the
Hmm.
DTI is 45, so that doesn't apply. So it's very important. It's give you detail, because depending on the loan amount as well, is a different LTV that qualifies, or the minimum FICO score required, depending of the LTV or the loan amount. So it's a good way for you to have information in detail when you are looking and analyzing a scenario that you get from your clients.
Hmm. I think we covered that. So let's go and jump to your kind of final observations about it. You there?
I'm here, yes.
Yeah. Sorry, we're going into the final thoughts.
Oh, okay. Make sure you upload the full package. Again, they know that Integra, we're using the new system Integra. So make sure that everything that is after you submit the loan, you will run the AUS, which is part of the process of submitting the loan. You review the findings, and you provide whatever is required at the time of the submission. And if you have any particular scenario, it's very important for you to talk to your AE, which had the AE has the opportunity to talk to one of the underwriters before submitting the loan and give you a better structure of what is needed to provide, if in case the manual underwriting, what is needed. So I highly recommend you to speak to your AE in case that you run into a jumbo loan and not everything is perfect and fits correctly as you want it to. So
Yeah.
that's a good opportunity. And then, as I mentioned before, sometimes if the borrower has been 5 years in the job, most likely you will be able to submit the loan with only 1 year income documentation.
Good. Okay. Um, I haven't seen any questions come in just yet, so I'll jump to sort of the things that I usually close out with, and we'll give people a few minutes to collect their thoughts. Um, so we've referenced a few things. One of the things, you can't do it just yet, but we will be implementing within our quick price, or the ability to price prime jumbo, should be launching within the next few weeks, and it'll also expand to include government as well. So it'll be more comprehensive than just straight non QM. We have the appraisal center, so if our brokers do have uh, applications in with us, haven't reached the appraisal stage, they can order through any of our, I believe it's 20 plus approved AMCs, manage all the individual appraisals through the platform, and go from there. So it's a great centralized appraisal platform. The other web platform that we really push to is AD Studio, which is our online marketing platform that functions similar to Canva. We've got hundreds of different templates for emails and flyers and social media posts in there that the brokers just have to set up their account, load in their photos and their color palettes, their logos, and it'll pre-populate everything into these existing templates, and then they can just mix and match things that they may want to swap out. So it's about 10 minutes to set up, and from there about 5 minutes to market. We do these webinars every week at Tuesday at 1, and we've been live streaming them now for several weeks. So we ask people to keep an eye every Tuesday up for ones that we will be covering in the future. And then for our other upcoming webinars, next week we're going to talk about self-employed borrowers. And then towards the end of the month, we'll be talking about correspondent lending for those people who might be interested in expanding their pipeline. Actually, October 4th and 11th, we're switching around. So October 4th will be the conventional and government loans. And then on October 11th, we're going to be doing a special edition of AD Market Digest, which is our weekly Monday email that goes out with a video with Billy and Billy Abrams, head of ADM Securities, and and Alex Sisloff, the head of our capital markets. They'll sit down with us and do a little roundtable discussion on sort of where they see the market heading during that particular week. So that's definitely going to be one that we would want most of our brokers to tune into, and have questions ready to go. They're two highly insightful individuals, so that one should be good, and we'll be announcing that little switch next week. The question I always get is, do we record the videos or these webinars? And yes, we do. So if they're watching on YouTube or Facebook, the video should be available within the next 5 minutes or so after we close down the webinar. Otherwise, they can check out AD Learning Center, which is at admortgage.com/learning-center. And all of our webinars from the time we've started doing webinars are there. And then I'll post on a couple of locations a brief survey that we normally send out to the viewers. And then I'll also post Lucy's contact information if people should have any questions and they want to reach out to you. Hopefully they're aware and watching us on these social media platforms that we're a part of. But just in case they're not aware, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. We do have a news chat called AD Mortgage underscore bot, which is part of the Telegram app. So you'd have to go to the Google Play or App Store, download Telegram, and then subscribe to that bot. And then finally, there's an online exchange forum that we participate with other lenders and brokers. So it's sort of an online non QM community where people can post up questions, put news out that's interesting about what's happening within their organization. We live stream there. They can post loan scenarios, and we're constantly monitoring. So even if you don't have a prime jumbo scenario, you can post it up there, and someone from A&D will be watching and refer you over to an account executive if you don't have one already. And then the last thing, of course, is we would encourage everyone watching us, if they're not already an existing partner, to become one. And it's as easy as just going up to our website at admortgage.com. The upper right hand corner, there's a button to become a partner and just sign up for some paperwork. And with that, that's the end of our formal presentation. Again, I'm not seeing a lot of questions coming in. So Lucy, what are the most common questions you're getting about prime jumbo? Is it rates? Is it underwriting guidelines? Just oddball
Uh,
scenarios?
Basically, sometimes it's the main question is because these borrowers um, are very unique, and in some cases, they have several companies. Most of them are self-employed, and they run with different companies, so they have very complex um, income.
Hmm.
So it's very important for the brokers to use other tools that we have in our website under our forms, which is the worksheet, income worksheet for self-employed borrowers, and they can use it. And it's very important because that it will guide you on 1120s or 1040s, what lines to add, because you are dealing with depreciation, depletion. You are dealing with K1s, other type of forms, um, which are IRAs forms, and in some cases, you are able to credit some of the income that has been deducted for IRS purposes.
Mm.
So that's very important. And that's one of the questions because it's a very complex when you have to use income from several companies.
So are they able to close under an LLC for the prime jumbo?
No,
I know. Okay,
no,
I know there are some
they are
programs we
not.
have that
Yes.
we can do that. So okay, well that is everything we've had. Again, we've given I think enough time for people to ask questions, and apparently we've explained it perfectly. So I will assume that that means we have no questions. So with that, I'll go ahead and we can close out today's webinar. I appreciate your time, Lucy, for
Thank you,
putting
Carl.
together a great presentation and informing all of our viewers everything that we do with prime jumbo loans. So with that, guys, everybody, again, hopefully we'll see you next week when we are going to be discussing the self-employed borrower programs, and then for correspondent the week after. So with that, everybody, have a great day. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow on all the various platforms that we have. Thank you.
Thank you.